Going the wrong way, chick. It's a nice Dodge there. It's a nice Cummins. Looks like it's actually used for real work. Huh. What is going on, guys? Jack here with another video, and today what I wanted to talk about and address a little bit was why I drive a 6.4 liter Powerstroke rather than a 6.0 or 7.3 or 6.7. And the main reason that I have this truck is just timing. About 4 years ago, and back then the 6.7s were just out of reach for me price-wise, but at the same time, in the back of my head, I didn't want a 6.0 because, you know, the 6 blow, things have unbelievable amount of problems unless you pour a lot of money into them and get them completely bulletproofed, which is very expensive, so I didn't want to go with the 6 blow, 6.0. And the 7.3 was always there, but the thing is, the 7.3s, they're really old. Like, I mean, they're old trucks. They got old interiors. People love a 7.3. Don't get me wrong. I love 7.3s, but they're really old. Like Bill Hewitt says, they're kind of like dinosaurs. And the thing about a 7.3 is, because they have such a good reputation, they hold their value really well. So a 7.3 to a 6.4, price-wise, the jump wasn't that bad. And I decided to go with the 6.4 in the end, and honestly, I've loved this truck. I've put 40,000 miles on this truck. It runs great. It always starts when it's cold. The common rail fires right up. No problems. I like the 6.4 a little bit better than the 6.7. Not motor-wise. The 6.7 makes way more power, and it does it just effortlessly with the single turbo. The 6.4 has 2 turbos on it. One is small, one is big, and so they call that a compound turbo setup. But the emissions on this truck aren't as bad as the 6.7. The 6.7, you have a DPF, your CAT, and you also have to run DEF in the truck. If people don't know what DEF is, it's like a fluid that you need to put in your truck, and what that does is it gets injected into the exhaust system and helps knock down some of the soot and the pollution out of a diesel. Now, I don't really care about that, but it's just something that I didn't want to have to deal with my truck. Like this truck, I just put gas in it and I go. I know that the regen isn't good for it, which is why these trucks need to be deleted if you're gonna have really good long-term use out of them and make good power. But I haven't deleted this truck. It's still completely stock. If you guys have any tips for mods that I should do this truck, comment them down below and I'll be sure to read those. The 6.0, main reason I didn't go with 6.0 is just head gasket problems, guys. They have ungodly amounts of head gasket problems, and that's through the whole 6.0 range. So like a 2005, 2006, 2007, when they sorted out a lot of the problems, they still had head gasket problems. The early ones have more problems than I can even cover here. But in 2005, they went to a different suspension setup on the Super Duties in the front end, and it made them ride a whole lot better and just handle better in general. And that is what is on this 6.4, because it's a 2008 post 2005. Pre 2005 they had a leaf spring setup in the front, which I've heard that they ride like a tank. I've never actually ridden in one of those trucks, but from what I've heard, they ride terribly, don't handle well, but it's a truck. I mean, let's be real. But if you can have a truck that handles well, why not go for it? The 7.3, all reliable, but they're slow, they're loud, they're noisy, they smell bad. It just wasn't the right truck for me. And with not that much of a price jump to the 6.4, let's go with the 6.4, right? We can make way more power, way easier, tuner, delete, and intake, and you're making 500 horse. But the 6.4 does not come without its shortcomings. It has a whole set of its own problems. Head gasket failure is not one of them because they changed up the head design and new bolts. A lot of people have problems with radiators. I've fixed that with a Mishimoto radiator. Go check out my video. I'll put a link to it down in the description. It has a problem with getting clogged DPFs if you don't delete it. You have a problem with burning up turbo seals if you don't delete it. You have a problem with your EGR system if you don't delete it. The 6.0s had the same problem with their EGR system. You have problems with cavitation in the front cover from air being in the cooling system. Now, I don't know if that's due to the trucks having chronic coolant leaks because of that old radiator design, or if that's just because of a badly designed front cover. But the point is, they have those issues. Some of these trucks can have a high pressure fuel pump failure, which is a $4,800 job to get done by Ford. I've already had that failure, and it's fixed now. Hopefully, it's fixed forever. Every diesel has its own problems. That's what I'm gonna say. And you can try and get a diesel with less problems, which will help you out tremendously. Like, there's guys with 12 valve Cummins. The Cummins is just a generally terribly reliable thing. That's why they put them in semi trucks. But I didn't really want a Dodge. I don't know, I've just never been a Dodge guy. And the Cummins straight six, I wanted a V8 diesel. I just love the sound of a V8 diesel more than a straight six. And the Duramax, honestly, I didn't even consider a Duramax. I don't know, it's nothing against Duramax. I've never owned a Chevy. Nobody in my family's ever owned a Chevy. I've never been a Chevy or GM guy. Ford was just my whole MO when I got this truck, and the 6.4 was just the right one for me. 6.7 was too expensive, 6.0 was gonna blow, 7.3 is a dinosaur. And that's really what it came down to. The 6.4, I also really like this truck's interior. I think it's much nicer than the 6.0's interior. And they actually carried a lot of this interior over even into the 6.7. So this interior stuck around for a long time because it is a really, really great interior, and I really love it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, comment, tell me what truck you would buy. If you're out in the market looking for a truck, 20 to 30,000 bucks, what truck would you buy? And subscribe to the channel for more truck videos. See you next video.